Hi, good evening everyone. Please let me know in the comments if I am audible or not. Hi everyone. प्लीज़ एक बार comments में बता देंगे कि आवाज़ अच्छे से आ रही है या नहीं. Okay, I guess it's audible. So hi, good evening all of you. I hope you all are healthy and happy और आप सभी safe हैं इस pandemic में. Also, firstly, I'd like to thank founder of UPSC, Mr. ADITYA Kumar MISHRA, for arranging this session with all of you lovely people and giving me a chance to interact with you all. सेशन शुरू करने से पहले मैं थोड़ा सा डिटेल्स बता देती हूँ आप सबको. दिस इज़ गोइंग टू बी एन क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर सेशन. आप लोग अपने यूपीएससी प्रिपरेशन से रिलेटेड जो भी आपके क्वेश्चंस हैं, यू ऑल कैन आस्क मी एंड आई विल ट्राई टू आंसर. ऑल राइट, सो जस्ट लेट मी नो इफ़ आई शुड स्पीक इन हिंदी और इंग्लिश या दोनों का मिक्स रखें. प्लीज़ एक बार क्विकली बता दें आप लोग. Whichever language you are all comfortable in, I'll try to speak in that. Okay, both Hindi and English. Let's start this session. आप लोग सभी अपने questions लिखिए comments में and I'll try to answer. So first question I can read is, since prelims के लिए बहुत कम time रह गया and I think this is a very relevant question which I also faced during my preparation. Someone is saying कि prelims में marks बहुत कम आ रहे हैं, accuracy increase करने के लिए क्या करें? What I will suggest is, the best option is, if you want to increase your accuracy, attempt more number of tests. Identify करिए कि आपकी कैसे mistakes रह रही हैं. Identify your weak areas, revise them and give tests again. So that जो जिस टाइप के questions आप गलत कर रहे हैं, आप उनको बार बार रिवाइज करें. आप देखें कि क्यों गलत हो रहा है और क्या आपका माइंडसेट था जब आपने वो पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन का ऑप्शन टिक किया था. And sometimes what happens is, you know the answer but the options are very confusing and you end up ticking the wrong option. So I'll suggest कि आप अपने टेस्ट को एनालाइज करिए. गिविंग टेस्ट इज़ वन थिंग and after that sitting and analyzing your test is very important. So again I am saying, give test, एनालाइज करिए, देखिए किस तरह के मिस्टेक्स हो रही हैं आपके टेस्ट में और उसके अकॉर्डिंग फिर आप रिविजन प्लान कीजिए अपनी. दैट्स द वे टू इंक्रीज योर एक्यूरेसी. ऑल राइट, सो the next question is, if old NCRTs are best or new NCRTs. See, as far as history is concerned, old NCRTs are very good, both for class +1 and +2. And for other subjects, new NCRTs are best, like geography, polity. You can all study from the new NCRTs. But history के लिए I'll suggest कि आप old NCRTs you can go for. Sometimes it's difficult to purchase the old NCRTs or they are not available in the market. So you can download the online PDF as well, or Amazon पे भी available हैं ये old NCRTs. So I think that will do. And the other question is, books for history. There are so many resources like NCRT, Tamil Nadu board. So as I said, Tamil Nadu board books are really good. As for me, मैं अपना बता देती हूँ. I refer to the old NCRTs itself. I did not go for तमिलनाडु वाला बुक्स. मैंने सिर्फ NCRT से किया था and I think that's enough. अगर आप वो अच्छे से कर लेते हैं, आपका हो जाएगा. Okay, so someone is asking, ma'am, I just started my preparation and I'm facing a difficulties in reading newspaper, and even it takes a lot of time to understand the things and also there is a lot of new words. All right, so जब आप preparation शुरू कर रहे हैं, आपको ये problem आएगी that आप न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे. स्टार्टिंग में इट विल टेक यू अराउंड 2 hours टू फिनिश द न्यूज़पेपर और मे बी मोर देन दैट, बिकॉज you are not used to reading it and there will be many new words. So what you have to do is you need to keep a dictionary beside you, and whenever you find a difficult word, you need to look it up then and there. Only then you will be able to understand. And also, if it's taking a lot of time, with time आपको कम time मतलब with time you will be comfortable, and you will take probably around 1 hour to finish the newspaper. Also, there is a technique to read newspaper for UPSC. You don't have to read each and every news. So for that, I'll suggest there are various videos also available on YouTube. If you'll type, you'll see. If you type like how to read newspaper for UPSC, some very good videos will pop up. You can see those. अभी shortly मैं बता देती हूँ कि क्या आपका focus होना चाहिए while reading newspapers. See, editorial page is the most important page, whether you are reading The Hindu or the Indian Express. Both newspapers are equally good for UPSC preparation. And आपका फोकस रहना चाहिए जो न्यूज़ है नेशनल इम्पोर्टेंस के. यू डोंट नीड टू फोकस मच ऑन द पॉलिटिकल न्यूज़ कि किस पॉलिटिशियन ने क्या स्टेटमेंट दिया है या क्या चल रहा है. यू डोंट नीड टू फोकस ऑन दैट. आप नेशनल और इंटरनेशनल न्यूज़ पर फोकस करें. एंड इंटरनेशनल न्यूज़ में आपका फोकस ये होना चाहिए कि जो भी इंटरनेशनली चल रहा है आप उसको इंडिया से रिलेट करें. एज इन कि अगर बाहर कोई डेवलपमेंट है, आप रिलेट करें कि उस डेवलपमेंट का इंडिया पर क्या इफेक्ट होने वाला है. दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू इंटीग्रेट योर करंट अफेयर्स अलॉन्ग विद योर UPSC सिलेबस. ऑल्सो इकोनॉमिक्स के लिए आप जो बिजनेस सेक्शन वाला पेज रहता है दैट यू हैव टू रेफर, बट उसमें भी देर आर मोर और देर आर रिपोर्ट्स लाइक कंपनीज के नेट क्वार्टरली प्रॉफिट्स गिवन होते हैं या ग्रोथ गिवन होती हैं. यू डोंट हैव टू स्टडी दैट. अगर RBI की कोई मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी स्टेटमेंट आ रही है या गवर्नमेंट ने कोई इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी कोई भी स्कीम नहीं निकाली है उसके बारे में लिखा है, सो दैट यू हैव टू रीड इन न्यूज़पेपर. ऑल राइट. नाउ someone is asking, should I read every box which is given in NCRT or should I skip these? So as far as NCRTs are concerned, you need to read each and everything in NCRTs, and also you can also refer to the back questions which are given in NCRTs. If you look those, you can try writing those starting में, and that way you can start your answer writing. So NCRTs are very important. Each and every word written in NCRTs is important. All right. Okay. So I get a lot of the such type of questions ki how to begin UPSC preparation from the scratch. I'll briefly discuss my strategy, although I've told a lot of times, but I'll discuss with you guys again. See, when you are starting UPSC preparation, the first step is to clear your basics. All right, and start reading newspaper. In the beginning, if you are not comfortable with a newspaper such as Hindu or the Indian Express, you can start with an easier newspaper such as the Times of India or the Tribune. I myself started with the Tribune. I read it for a month or two and then only I switched to the Hindu. All right. So आप ऐसा कर सकते हैं that you start with an easier newspaper and then you can shift to the Hindu or Indian Express. Second most important thing is you need to see what is the syllabus of UPSC. See, what most of the people do is they are not clear what is the demand of the examination and they do not know what is the pattern of the exam या क्या syllabus है. So it's very important कि आप देखें कि एग्जामिनेशन का क्या सिलेबस है एंड देन अकॉर्डिंगली आप अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी प्लान करें. thirdly, you need to start with the basics, and the basics are NCRTs. NCRTs from class 6 to plus 2, and once you are done with the basic NCRTs, then what you can do is you take up a subject at a time. उसके बाद आप उस सब्जेक्ट की अगेन NCRTs पढ़िए. Then you refer to the previous year question papers. After referring to the previous year question papers, both for prelims and mains, you will get an idea like what type of questions are asked, which are the topics you need to put your focus to. Alright, then you can move on to the standard books for that particular subject. Suppose you start with geography. So, class 9 to 12th NCRTs are good enough for geography. You start reading those NCRTs. Once you are done with the NCRTs, first reading, then you refer to the previous year question papers. उसके बाद you can start referring to DC Leong and do your mapping exercise via Atlas, and that way you can proceed your preparation for each and every subject. I'll tell you my strategy. I used to take up one subject at a time. मैं एक ही subject एक time पर लेती थी और उसके बाद once I was thorough with that subject, वो ख़त्म हो जाता था, I used to solve sectional test of that subject. Sectional test you can take up by any of the coaching institutions. They are available in the market. I referred the ones by Vision IAS. Alright, so you can refer any which one. So after solving those sectional tests for prelims, then only I was comfortable. I used to gauge my progress if I am comfortable with that subject, and then only I used to move to the next subject. That is the basic strategy you can refer to for starting your preparation. Okay. So another question is current affairs strategy. For current affairs, newspaper is must. You cannot skip newspapers. Newspaper आपको पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा. And the other thing what you can do for current affairs is monthly compilations आप refer कर सकते हैं, and in the end near prelims you can refer to the consolidated year round compilations that are available, such as PT 365, and mains के लिए you can refer to mains 365. Okay, so it is a very important question. Someone is asking, is it necessary to take notes from each and every Ncrts, or just underlining the things is enough? So it totally depends on you. मैं अपनी strategy बता देती हूँ. I did not make notes from NCRTs because I thought that it is NCRTs are important for clearing your basics only. So I did not make notes from NCRTs. I just read them thoroughly, and if something I found important, I used to scribble in the NCRT itself. So it depends on you. I would suggest that don't make notes from NCRTs. If you want to make notes, make them from standard books. And standard books में भी notes आपके ऐसे होने चाहिए जो काफ़ी precise हो, and that you can refer just before the examination. Otherwise, what I used to do was I used to take readings from the book itself, like 2 or 3 readings, and I used to underline in the books only. Okay, someone is asking how to stay focused while preparation and how to do a focused and consistent study. See, it's very important to be consistent while preparing for UPSC. You are giving around 2 years of your life before attempting the exam. So it's very important कि आप consistent रहें and you maintain your focus. Again I'll say कि focus maintain करने के लिए आप अपना timetable जो भी plan कर रहे हैं, whenever you are planning your timetable, it should be flexible. It should be based according to your speed. जिस भी speed से आप पढ़ाई करते हैं, आपको लगता है कि इतने दिनों में आप एक particular book ख़त्म कर लेंगे, so उस हिसाब से flexible plans बनाएं, and अपना progress gauge करने के लिए, देखने के लिए कि आप कैसे perform कर रहे हैं. What you can do is you solve test. Solving test is the best option, and that's what you can do to maintain focus. And there are some days when you feel like not studying itself, you can take a break and do something different. If you are studying a particular subject and you feel like कि आज इस subject का पढ़ने का नहीं मन कर रहा है, so don't waste time, don't quit altogether or don't waste that day. Take up some other subject that day, और या फिर current affairs रिवाइज कर लीजिए, या जो पिछला पढ़ा है वो रिवाइज कर लीजिए. सो मेंटेन कंसिस्टेंसी इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. Okay, someone is asking that tell us materials or notes that you follow apart from standard books to maximize the marks. All right, so I'll tell you what I used to do apart from the standard books. For both prelims and mains, I'll tell you. Prelims के लिए what I did was a month or a month and a half before prelims, I stopped reading the newspaper because it takes a lot of time. I started referring to the daily news analysis which are available on YouTube. I refer to the one by Rao's IAS. This DNS करके एक session आता है. It's about 30 minutes and they cover the newspaper nicely. So prelims के एक डेढ़ महीने पहले मैंने newspaper पढ़ना बंद कर दिया था. I refer to that section. Also there are some videos by Sleepy classes. They upload prelims से पहले उनका एक premix करके section रहता है. That premix section is very good and their 2-minute series is also good. So I refer to those as well. It helps you to have a hold over some of the small topics, and when you see them in examination, it helps you to solve the questions. And as for the answer writing, I'll tell you how I used to make my answers more impactful. What my basic strategy for answers was, each and every answer that you write, there must be an introduction and a conclusion. And in the body, what you can do is, you can write either in points or in paragraphs. It depends upon the demand of question actually, what type of question they are asking. So based on that, you can write in points or in paragraphs. To make your answer more impactful, what you can do is, you can include flow charts and diagrams. See, sometimes what happens is, there are so many points which you can write in an answer, but due to the word limit, आप सब points नहीं explain कर सकते हैं. So what you can do is, you would need to do smart work here. आप एक diagram बनाइए, flow chart बनाइए, उसमें सारे points mention कर दीजिए, and then you explain the most important points. So that way the examiner knows कि आपने काफ़ी सारे dimensions cover किए हैं, and you'll score more. Also, after completing the answers, I used to underline. Underlining is very important to make your answers more presentable, and trust me, presentation के marks पक्का matter करते हैं UPSC में. Which newspaper is best for UPSC? I have already told. You can either refer to The Hindu or the Indian Express. Both are good. इंटरव्यू में कौन सी लैंग्वेज में क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, सो इट्स अप टू यू. यू गेट टू डिसाइड विच लैंग्वेज यू वांट टू चूज फॉर इंटरव्यू. इट कैन बी आइदर हिंदी और इंग्लिश. यू विल गेट अ चांस टू चूज योर इंटरव्यू लैंग्वेज. Someone is asking, I'm not very good with English, but I want to give exam in English. What should we do to become good in English? To increase your fluency in English, newspaper reading is must. It helps a lot. And secondly, what you can do is, you can also watch good English movies and TV shows. That also helps you to increase the fluency in English. Try to watch news channels which are in English. Rajya Sabha debates you can refer, like The Big Picture. That also helps. So these are some of the things which you can do to increase your fluency in English. How much Ncrt is beneficial in UPSC? It is very much important, and it is beneficial as well, because when you start UPSC preparation, you need to start with the basics first, and to clear your basics, Ncrt is the most important. How should we read the Hindu newspaper? I think I've already covered that part. I think I missed one more resource I want to mention, the explained page of Indian Express. If you are reading The Hindu, try including the explained page of Indian Express as well in your current affairs. It does not take more than 10 to 15 minutes to cover that page. बहुत अच्छा page है, 2-3 articles रहते हैं रोज, and they cover very important things. जो भी न्यूज़ में हॉट टॉपिक्स चल रहे होते हैं, they cover it nicely, so that you can refer. And also for mains answer writing, one more thing you can refer to is the Rajya Sabha big picture debates. They are really good. आपको इंटरव्यू लेवल पर भी हेल्प करेंगे, और मेंस आंसर राइटिंग में तो हेल्प करेंगे ही. Someone is asking कि they are in 12th with science background, and after 12th what should they do, BA or engineering? See, UPSC has made it very clear that आपको सिर्फ ग्रेजुएशन का एक डिग्री चाहिए, एंड यू नीड टू बी 21 years of age टू बी एलिजिबल फॉर दिस एग्जामिनेशन. सो इट टोटली डिपेंड्स अप टू यू कि आपको BA करना है या इंजीनियरिंग करना है. डिसाइड अकॉर्डिंग टू योर इंटरेस्ट. ऑल राइट. NCRT books are available in Marathi language or not. I am very sorry, I am not aware of this. How to increase standard vocabulary for UPSC written exam? See, UPSC written exam, that is the mains examination, बहुत simple language में आपको answers लिखने रहते हैं. You don't need to use very difficult or technical jargons while writing your answers. Your answers should be in simple and understandable language. So if you have a basic hold over English, you will be good to go. मेरी 12th क्लास में स्ट्रीम क्या थी? I did from commerce. I had commerce background and my optional was also commerce and accountancy. Many people are asking about my book list. So I'll just share in brief. Starting with geography, I referred to NCRTs from class 9 to plus 2, then GC Leong. And for Atlas, I refer to the Orient Black Swan Atlas. You can also go with the Oxford Atlas, both are equally good. And other than that, some online resources also I referred for geography, like Mrunal YouTube videos are there available for geography. I referred those, they are really good. Alright, so next history. In history, I refer to the old NCRTs. I did not go beyond old NCRTs, both for ancient and medieval history. For class plus 1 and plus 2. And for modern history, after completing the NCRT, old NCRT, I referred to the spectrum. For polity, after completing the NCRT, I did M. Lakshmikant. I did not go for D.D. Basu or any other book. I did Lakshmikant and I revised it very nicely. For economics, I did not read the NCRTs because my base was already clear as I had commerce background. But if you want to clear your base for economics, what you can do is you can refer to the Macro and Microeconomics book by T.R. Jain. These books are really good. They are available for class plus 1 and plus 2. They are available by VK Publications, T.R. Jain for economics. And after that, you can refer to either Ramesh Singh or Shriram IAS notes. Okay, for society, I refer to the class 12th NCRTs and rest I covered from current affairs and newspapers. Remaining is ecology and environment. After doing the basics from NCRTs, I referred to Shankar IAS notes. For art and culture, I did not go beyond class 11th NCRTs, and some of the YouTube videos by only IAS I watched for art and culture, for state dances and festivals. Also, I did not read Nitin Singhania for art and culture because I found that book very bulky. So yes, you can prepare art and culture without reading Nitin Singhania as well. Okay, and for other remaining subjects such as ethics, I refer to the lexicon book that is available for ethics. And for other subjects such as international relations, internal security, science and technology, I relied mostly on current affairs. Current affairs I completed mostly from PT 365 and Mains 365, and apart from that, newspaper was kind of regular for me. So that's my basic book list, you guys. And for commerce and accountancy, for those having optional as commerce and accountancy, I referred to the notes by rankers classes. I did not go beyond those notes. These notes are very concise and you can surely refer them for your commerce preparation. And I think that's there for my book list. And for CSAT, I missed it. For CSAT, I had a good hold in mathematics already. So what I did was I downloaded past year question papers. I solved them and I solved past year question papers. And when I I realized that I am getting above the cutoff or comfortably I am scoring. So I solved around 4-5 question papers. You can do the same if you are scoring well above 70, so that's enough for CSAT. Which newspaper is best for Hindi medium? I am sorry, I am not very sure for Hindi. English के लिए you can refer to The Hindu or The Indian Express. Ma'am, can I write GS mains in Hindi and optional in English? Because I am studying engineering and my schooling has been done in Hindi. I am not sure if you can do that. You will need to have one medium itself, be it English or Hindi. You cannot have different mediums for GS or and optional subject. How much did I score in class 10th and plus 2? I think it's not that relevant for today's session, but since you are asking, I had 10 CGPA in my class 10th, and in 12th I scored 96%. When starting the UPSC preparation, a new aspirant gets very hard to understand some words, how to face that problem. So the only solution for this is keep a dictionary by your side. जो words आपको समझ नहीं आ रहे हैं, refer to the dictionary, and that's the only solution, I guess. Is it necessary to read all the NCRTs from class 6 to plus 2, especially for history? Yes, it's important. At least when you are starting first reading, you need to refer all the NCRTs from 6 to plus 2. When you are going for second reading of NCRTs, then you can read from class 9th to plus 2. And for history, after giving first reading to all the NCRTs, you can totally shift to the old NCRTs of class plus 1 and plus 2. Notes for current affairs. Alright, so I did not make any notes from newspaper for current affairs. My strategy was very simple. I used to read the newspaper daily, and editorial में मुझे कुछ important मिलता था, so I used to write answers from that editorials. I used to frame the questions, mains type questions, and that's how I used to did. And what I did was कि मैं अपनी एक न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग को इंटीग्रेट करती थी अपनी GS प्रेपरेशन के साथ, स्पेशली फॉर जोग्राफी. अगर कोई प्लेस इन न्यूज़ है, इफ़ देयर इज समथिंग इम्पॉर्टेंट वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी गिवन इन द न्यूज़पेपर, सो आई वुड सर्च दैट एटलस पे, देखती थी कि वो सेंचुरी कौन सी स्टेट में रिलेटेड है एंड विच रिवर इज़ पासिंग थ्रू दैट वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, एंड आई यूज टू स्क्रिबल इट डाउन, मेक वेरी क्रिस्प एंड शॉर्ट नोट्स. सो दैट्स व्हाट यू कैन डू. Optional subject, again my optional subject is commerce and accountancy. Okay, so is coaching compulsory? No, coaching is not compulsory at all. You can very much prepare it on your own. Everything is available on Google. You can refer to free resources available on YouTube. So yeah, coaching is not compulsory. You can totally do on your own. How to motivate yourself? See, it's very important to keep yourself motivated during this examination. आप क्या कर सकते हैं? Make your timetable such a way that you are giving time for yourself as well. I'll tell you my strategy. See, I used to keep Sundays for myself. पूरा हफ्ता I used to study, give my 100%, but I kept Sundays for myself. I used to do things what I like spending time with my family or going out with my friends for a movie, watching good shows on Netflix or some series, so that you can do, so that आपका एक balance रहे आपकी studies में, आपकी social life में. I was very much active on Instagram itself, so I used to balance things, and that's what you can do to motivate yourself. Because अगर आप सिर्फ पढ़ते ही रहेंगे, it will become very dull for you. So you need to balance things, and that depends totally up to you. So someone is asking, is 16 hours पढ़ना ज़रूरी है क्या? No, it's not important to study 16 hours. That's a myth. आपको कंसिस्टेंसी मेंटेन करना ज़रूरी है, एंड इफ़ यू आर एबल टू टेक आउट इफ़ेक्टिव आवर्स ऑफ स्टडी अराउंड, अगर आप 6 घंटे भी पढ़ रहे हैं रोज़, बट दैट शुड बी इफ़ेक्टिव आवर्स ऑफ स्टडी. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप बैठ रहे हैं 7-8 घंटे के लिए, बट उसमें से आप पढ़ाई सिर्फ 3-4 घंटे के लिए ही कर पा रहे हैं, बाकी टाइम आप फ़ोन में बिता रहे हैं या कुछ और कर रहे हैं. सो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. जितना भी टाइम आप पढ़ें, आप अपने एबिलिटी के हिसाब से पढ़िए, and whatever time you give, that should be effective hours of study. It's not important to study for 16 hours a day. How many time will it take to prepare for this exam? So I would suggest, जब भी आपका attempt है, the year of your attempt, 1.5 to 1 year before that is a good time to prepare for this examination. How many years of current affairs is required for prelims and mains? So 1 year, 1.5 year is more than sufficient for both prelims and mains. So like you have prelims in October this year, so last 1.5 year, starting from June 2019 onwards, you can cover the current affairs. That's what not interested in this. See, it is important. Questions asked last year 2009 cannot actually predict. UPSC is very much unpredictable, but you will need to prepare all the subjects nicely. How to take short notes? See, short notes आप तभी prepare कर सकते हैं when you are through with the books. अगर आप फर्स्ट रीडिंग में ही नोट्स बनाएंगे किसी भी स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स के, दे कैन नेवर बी शॉर्ट नोट्स. यू विल एंड अप राइटिंग एवरीथिंग बिकॉज इन द फर्स्ट रीडिंग यू विल फील दैट एवरीथिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट. सो इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप 2 से 3 रीडिंग्स दें एक बुक की, एंड देन ओनली यू गो फॉर मेकिंग शॉर्ट नोट्स अगर आपको शॉर्ट नोट्स बनाने हैं. No, I am not from Delhi University. I did my graduation from a college, SD College. It's affiliated to Punjab University in Chandigarh. Please suggest how to start preparation for UPSC for a third year law student of 5-year law school. So I've already told how to start UPSC preparation. Once this session is finished, you can refer to that. What would be the best timetable? The best timetable, I think it depends on you. You need to decide what works for you, because I'll tell you my strategy and it might not work for you. Most of the time it will not work for you. Subjects लिखिए जो आपको cover करने हैं, and then you list down all the resources and books that you need to cover. Then you list down कि आपको कितना time लगेगा for each of the books to study. Way to start. Which book is best for public administration? I am sorry, I don't know. Tips regarding choice of optional subject. Yes, this is very important. How to choose optional subject? You must be confused कि optional based on interest choose करें या फिर based on the marks which people are scoring in optional. So I'll tell you, आपका सिर्फ consideration यही होना चाहिए कि आप कितने interested हैं उस subject में. Please choose optional based on your interest. It is very important, because if you are interested in a particular subject, you will be able to read it nicely and I'm sure you will score good. So it is important कि आप optional अपने interest पर choose करें. And if you are confused between 2 subjects, what you can do is download the syllabus of each of those subjects. Also download the previous year optional paper subject. Orientation videos available हैं, so आप अपना optional subject डालिए and then you can see some of these orientation videos, and then you will get to know the basic syllabus. And the best way to start is, जब भी आप कोई subject पढ़ रहे हैं particular, refer to the previous year question papers which have come of that subject. Tried solving those previous year questions from some test series. So in the beginning what you can do is, आप एक question लीजिए, उस पर अच्छे से research करिए, एक rough answer लिखिए and then make your answer fair. So I did this process for around a month or 2, and उसके बाद ही I was confident enough कि मैं एक answer बिना किसी पहले पढ़ाई किए लिख सकती हूँ directly. So आप ऐसा कर सकते हैं, because answer writing it takes time. कोई भी perfect नहीं होता है answer writing में. I did my MBBS, so ma'am, what about medical science as an optional? I am so sorry, I cannot tell you, I missed that point. For essay writing, it is very important कि आप essay writing की practice करें. That's the only way to master in essays. You need to write good 8 to 10 essays before attempting the mains examination. Strategy आपकी essay writing की क्या रह सकती है? For choosing the essay, I'll start. There are 4 essays in each of the parts, part 1 and part 2. So what you can do is see all the topic, थोड़ी brainstorming कीजिए for each of the essay topics. Give 10 to 15 minutes for each of the part 1 and part 2. Elaborate कर सकते हैं while writing the essay, then go with the topic. Otherwise choose some different topic. That's for choosing the essay topic. Then next, how to make your answers impactful. What you can do is, you can start your essays by writing some anecdote or a story or by a poem that you can do. And thirdly, what I did was, जितने भी important essay के topics रहते हैं, जैसे women empowerment है या economics related कोई topic, poverty, इन सब का मैंने एक data bank बना लिया था. You can gender inequality report रहता है, gender gap report रहता है. So you can list data bank बना लीजिए each and every topic का. Along with the data, you can list down 5 to 6 quotes related to each topic, so that जब भी वो topic आए, आप इन कोड्स को और डेटा को अपने ऐसे में इंक्लूड कर सकें, एंड आपका ऐसे ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट कि आपको इसी सब्जेक्ट से चूज करना स्टार्ट करना है. For optional, I already told my book list. I refer to the rankers. Coaching will provide you a direction for sure, but you will have to substitute it with self-study. Coaching will at most provide you 15 to 20% preparation. 85% आपका खुद का मेहनत है, which you will have to do. So self-study is the most important thing in this preparation. ऐसे टॉपिक्स कहाँ से आएंगे? हेल्थ BSc, but I'll tell you, since it's from my stream, you can refer to books by D.K. Goel. They are good for accountancy. You can solve those. Again, it's not important to take coaching for UPSC. Someone is asking, मैं सभी एग्जाम में सेकेंड किया हूँ, can I prepare for UPSC? See, it's never about how much you score in your school or your college. If you are dedicated enough and if you give your 100, I think more or less I've answered most of your questions. Yes, I am on Instagram. If some of your queries are left, you can text me on Instagram. I'll try to answer. And I think that's it for today. I hope I answered all of your queries and it helped you. So goodbye, giving your attempt in 2020. All the very best to you. अभी prelims के लिए बहुत कम time रह गया है, so your focus should be on revision, and if anything is left, I am really sorry अगर किसी का भी query मैं answer नहीं कर पाई हूँ. You can text me on my Instagram